Good day everyone. Good day to our professor, Sir Mario Rosete. I'm J.M. Felicidario, PS Criminology 3rd year, Block T. I will be reciting the 10 theories of crime causation, poverty and economic inequality under the string theory. String theory says that when people want success, society promises like money, stability, or respect, but they don't have fair or realistic ways to achieve those goals. So they often commit illegal activities such as stealing money, stealing goods to provide for their needs in everyday living. Some of them are selling illegal substance to have money and to buy food. Addition, string theory also emphasized that this kind of pressure can lead them to crime as an alternative path. Number 2, lack of education under the social structure theory. When people don't have good access to good education, they often struggle to find jobs or good paying jobs that cause them to have lack opportunities. As we all know, education or having good education is one of the most powerful or one of the most good structure in life, because if you have good education, um, of course there are a lot of opportunities waiting for you, such as good paying jobs and etc. And of course, having this kind of good opportunity can avoid um, in committing illegal activities, because you have a good opportunities. You can apply to um, good companies, and you can earn a lot of monies, or you can have a good salary. Number 3, unemployment under the routine activity theory. So as we all know that unemployment is one of the most problem here in our country. So of course, when you are unemployed, you are that situation a gives you stress. Of course, unemployed is having a lack of opportunities, disconnect to the lack of education. Of course, some of people who are experiencing this situation are often committing illegal activities. Therefore, fear influence and gangs under the differential association theory. So differential association theory says that if you are hanging out with the gangs or fears who are breaking the laws, or committing illegal activities such as doing drugs, stealing monies, or stealing foods, of course you can simply adopt that kind of attitude that they are having. But some of the influence are resulting good, that um, gives you good benefits, such as shaping you to become a better person. um, Basically, not all the fear influence are always bad. Some of them are giving good influence for you to become a better person. Number 5, substance abuse under the biosocial and psychopharmacological theory. This theory says that um, alcohol and drugs can affect people, how they think. Of course, when you are always drinking, of course your memory can lead that to a thinking that committing a crime is normal due to alcohol. And then same as drugs can also have a negative effect on your body, because drugs can make your brain dry. When the people are under the influence of these two substances, they become or they are becoming violent. Their behavior started to change that causes or leading to commit activities that are not appropriate, or basically they are they can commit illegal activities because of the substance that they are using. Number 6, family structure and parenting theory, social control theory. So as we all know, one of the most influential is our family. They teaches us good works, good attitudes, especially they teaches us to become a better person or a good person. So if you don't have this kind of guardians or guidance, some of the people are having problem with this. That's why they are having lack of guidance. They commit activities that are inappropriate. They also looking for their parents to guide them and to protect them. Some of them are are having broken families that that leads to immorality. So some of them are getting used to committing illegal activities because they don't have parents who will guide them. 7, urbanization and neighborhood disorganization under the social disorganization theory. So for example, a young kid grow in a place that committing illegal activities is normal. Of course, when that kid grown up, he or she will think that committing activities is normal. So our neighborhood and urbanization has a big impact to the people, or especially to those kids that that don't have a idea in crime. So as they grow, they will think that this is normal. They will adopt this kind of attitudes. Neighborhood disorganization also emphasize poverty. Due to poverty, they become deviant. Their behavior starts to change because of the stress that they are having. Number 8, psychological and mental health issues. So under the psychological theories, so psychological theory says that some of the individuals are having a hard time in when it comes to controlling their emotions. Some of them are experiencing impulsivity. Some of people are getting carried away by their emotions. So the outcome is they often commit crimes due to their emotions. Number 9, cultural and media influences under the deviant place theory. So deviant place theory is basically same with the urbanization. For example, a young man grows up in deviant place. Of course, since it's deviant place, the people there has also a deviant behavior. So he will adopt those attitudes that they are having. So of course, deviant place also emphasize that all of the people are living is doing illegal activities, because its deviant place. Then, criminal justice system failures or the labeling theory. This emphasizes the inconsistent, harsh, or discriminatory enforcement may criminalize certain groups and increase recidivism.